In a small, peaceful village, far from the city's hustle, lived a boy named Jimmy. Life hadn't been kind to him. He lost both parents when he was young and was taken in by his aunt and uncle. But instead of love, they offered meager food, leaving him hungry and malnourished, making him look much smaller than other children his age. They showered him with cruel words and venomous glances. They often criticized Jimmy. "You're a burden. You're useless. You're stupid." And they didn't even let Jimmy go to school. Instead, they made him do all the housework, assisting them with every chore. While other children ran to school with laughter and books in hand, Jimmy spent his days working in the fields, tending to livestock, and doing odd jobs just to avoid starvation. But no matter how hard he tried, rejection seemed to follow him everywhere. One farmer had a sick sheep, and they told Jimmy's aunt and uncle, blaming Jimmy for bringing bad luck. His aunt and uncle threw Jimmy's bag of clothes into the street, chasing him out of their home. Homeless, Jimmy wandered everywhere, his clothes torn. Hungry and thirsty, the boy begged on the streets, eating whatever sympathetic strangers gave him. Then, passing by a bakery, the fragrant smell of fresh bread wafted out. The boy stood there for a long time, inhaling the wonderful aroma and watching customers busily buying goods. He swallowed hard. The owner saw the dirty boy and was about to chase him away, but Jimmy pleaded with him to let him work at the shop. He could do any job the owner assigned. The owner looked at him intently and scoffed. "You're too small to do anything. You'll just be a waste of food." The boy said, "I can wash dirty dishes, sweep and clean so you can sell more." The owner shook his head. "Useless, no need. Go beg somewhere else." Jimmy begged, and finally the owner said, "All right, you can stay and work here. You'll have a roof over your head. But if you're no good, you'll just be a waste of food." Jimmy replied, "I'll be grateful even for leftover bread scraps, sir." But even there, after a few days, customers complained about waiting too long for bread, and the owner yelled at him and fired him. "You're too slow. You don't fit in here," the man grumbled. Every insult cut deep, but Jimmy refused to let the bitterness consume him. He told himself, "If I give up now, this will be my life forever. I have to fight. I have to keep going." Have you ever felt like the whole world was against you? That no matter how hard you tried, nothing seemed to work out? For Jimmy, those moments came every day. Yet, deep inside, a silent fire still burned. A belief that one day, things could be different. That night, Jimmy sat alone by the river, his stomach growling with hunger, his lips cracked and dry. As he looked up at the endless sky, a single star seemed to shine brighter than the rest. It was as if the universe was whispering to him, "This isn't the end. You can change your story." In that quiet moment, Jimmy made a promise to himself. "I won't let my life be defined by misery. One day, I'll do something big, something meaningful." As the sun rose, with nothing but determination in his heart, Jimmy left the village. He walked for miles under the scorching sun, weak and exhausted, until he reached the edge of the city. Dust clung to his skin, his feet ached, but he didn't stop. He couldn't stop. At a busy construction site, a contractor noticed the skinny, tired boy standing nearby. "Do you want to work?" he asked. Without hesitation, Jimmy nodded. "Yes, I'll do anything." The work was grueling, carrying heavy bricks from dawn till dusk, but Jimmy never complained. While others cursed their fate and grumbled about their lives, Jimmy remained silent and worked with his head down. He observed every detail, how buildings were designed, how materials were handled, how the foreman gave orders. In his free time, he asked questions, eager to learn. Have you ever met someone who, no matter how tough life gets, just refuses to be broken? That was Jimmy. He wasn't just dreaming of a better future. He was studying it, brick by brick, even when no one believed in him. At the construction site, Jimmy worked harder than anyone else. He wasn't just carrying bricks anymore. He was observing, listening, and learning. Day after day, he studied how buildings were designed, how teams were managed, and how problems were solved. But deep down, he wanted more. One day, he mustered all his courage and said to the contractor, "Give me a bigger responsibility. Just one chance. If I fail, I'll quietly step aside." Reluctantly, the contractor agreed. To everyone's surprise, Jimmy excelled. He worked meticulously, proactively, and tackled challenges that even experienced workers struggled with. Slowly, respect replaced doubt. The other laborers, who once saw him as just a boy from nowhere, began to admire him. They chose Jimmy as their leader. As a leader, Jimmy didn't just give orders, he cared for his team. He fought to improve their working conditions, ensured fair treatment, and inspired them to take pride in their craft. At the same time, he saved every penny he could and started taking on small projects of his own. Years of determination and hard work began to pay off. Jimmy's reputation grew, and soon, major builders began entrusting him with larger contracts. Brick by brick, he wasn't just building structures, he was building his name. Do you see it? Success isn't luck. It's the silent hours of effort, the risks you take when no one is watching, and the courage to push forward when everything is against you. Jimmy proved that even the smallest spark of determination can illuminate an entree path to greatness. Years later, Jimmy stood proudly in front of a towering building with his name carved in stone, a testament to how far he had come. The boy who once carried bricks for others was now the man who designed skylines. But success didn't change his heart. It only deepened his purpose. When Jimmy returned to the village he had left behind, whispers turned into applause. Those who once mocked and doubted him now greeted him with admiration. But Jimmy didn't return for recognition. He returned to rewrite the story for others like him. He opened a school so that poor children wouldn't have to trade their dreams for survival as he once did. He built an orphanage so that children without families could feel loved and safe. His actions spoke louder than words. Your past doesn't define your future. Hardship isn't the end, it's the beginning of strength. Think about it. How often do we let setbacks break us instead of building us up? Jimmy's journey is proof that persistence, relentless effort, and a willingness to learn from every setback can turn the harshest struggles into stepping stones for success.